Plastic recycling is capital intensive. It's no joke. You need a lot of money to start plastic recycling factory. Hello, my name is Joe. If you don't know my story, I'm a Ghanaian born, my mother took me to the UK at the age of 10, studied there, lived there, went there. Over 30 years, I'm in Ghana now, building businesses. One of the businesses I built is a recycling factory, and I'm involved in other businesses. But this video came out of a conversation I had with a sister, another lady also in the UK, who messaged me on WhatsApp, wanted to find out a bit more about what it is like to run a plastic recycling factory here on the ground in Ghana. So the conversation I went through with her is what I wanted to share, because her and her husband are interested in running a plastic recycling factory here. So they contacted me, wanted to know more information about it. And by the way, just in case you're coming to Ghana anytime soon, we have fantastic short stay AIRBNB apartments for you to rent. We have 2 locations, one in Kokrobite. Imagine waking up to a serene nature, fantastic. You have the Atlantic Ocean, as you know, right out of your window. You are seeing the Atlantic Ocean, the beach over there. So it's a fantastic property. I definitely recommend it. And we have another one in Mateko, that's more central, 20 minutes from the Kotoka airport, 5-10 minutes to Circle, Osu, Laboni cantonment, very close and central. So yeah, if you have any, especially being Christmas, if you're coming, book. I'll be happy to book it for you. So reach out to me on WhatsApp, +233 594 69 22224, +233 594 69 22224. And please don't forget to subscribe and support the channel so that other people can also get this message. I would really appreciate it if you can also hit the bell notification. So let's get right into why I'm doing this video. Like I said, I had a conversation with a sister who's also interested in doing starting a plastic recycling factory. So I had to be very honest with her. I told her, listen, this is a very capital intensive business, which means you need an income to support it. And she asked me one of the first questions she asked me was, is it profitable? And I said, yes, it's profitable. I mean, every business is profitable, right? But it just depends on the percentage. And I'm very careful to quote a percentage, because I feel like I'm still a baby in the game, and I'm still like, I need a lot more time to really, because I could say, let's say it's 30%, but then maybe 6 months from now that could change, because maybe I have more experience and I'm able to run it more efficiently. But let's just say, we can say 30%, we can say 20%, 30%. Some people might quote more, right, depending on who you're asking. But I'm still relatively new in the game. Even though I started 2021, I've had a lot of challenges, because whenever you are trying to start something new, you are going to pay school fees. What do I mean by this? Well, if you are going to university, you're going to pay tuition fees, you're going to pay school fees, right? There's no different in life. Whenever you're doing something different, you are going to make mistakes. If you think you're not going to make mistakes, then you are not in tune with reality. You are going to make mistakes. Just think about it. Even the other day I was thinking about that. Why do we even, I'm over in my 40s, right? I can walk, thank God. But how come, even though I can walk, I've been walking for the best part of 40 years, or even for over 40 years, because I'm over 40, in my early 40s. How come sometimes I still trip when I'm walking? How come you trip when you're walking? So even with that, imagine if you are starting a new business, something you've never done before, you're going to trip up. It's just the reality of life, but you can't let that stop you, right? Because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes the issues that I've gone through with, that I've experienced in plastic recycling, and the disappointments and setbacks I've had, sometimes I get a bit, a bit discouraged. But I realize that, what? This thing is to build me. I'm looking at it as a challenge that is building me. It's making me stronger. If I want muscles, 6-pack, if I want bigger chest, there's certain exercises I need to engage in to be able to get that. But anyway, let's put that to one side. So my sister wanted to know if it's profitable. I told her, okay, It's around that. But I also wanted to know that there is a learning curve because you're doing something that, so people are gonna, for example, I built a factory. I bought the machines. There was no power in the area. I had to get power. I got the power, bought 3 ECG poles, got the power in the area. We started working. Unfortunately for me, we discovered that the power in the area or the transformer in the area was not high enough or powerful enough to support the area and my business. So imagine if we are supposed to be getting like 50 bags, we are only getting like 10, maximum 15. It's very frustrating because I invested a lot of money. And then they told us we should go and see ECG to see if they can increase the transformer, the power of the transformer in the area. They didn't pay us no mind. They didn't pay me no mind, which was really helpful because I've spent a lot of money to get the factory. I have workers, I have the machines, I have everything. Just increase the power in the area so that we can work. I mean, this is it's so frustrating, right? And they told us we should go and see 1D, 1F. I was waiting on 1D, 1F almost a year. Finally, as time went past, I thought to myself, I've already invested, so I might as well just go all the way and do my own transformer, which cost me a lot of money, And the person who did the transformer was a very cunning guy, not trustworthy, a person that he's basically a cheater, right? He wasn't honest and sincere, which cost me almost like having to spend almost double on the project, right? So, and for example, there was a guy I came across, an engineer, who convinced me to buy these used machines, roller machines, only to find out, especially the cutting machine, that it had a lot of trouble, and it's taking me over a year to get it to work. Right? I had to even buy a new machine to get, so that we can start while we work on the second hand that I bought, the used machine that I bought. And there was even another machine that I bought that is now in court for various reasons, because the guy he led me to go and buy, some Lebanese guy, he tried to sell me a machine that one wasn't good, and I asked for my money back and he wouldn't give it to me, so now I had to take it to court. It's now in court. So whenever you're doing something new, I'm not saying this to scare you, but whenever you're doing something new, it's always good to have a mentor, someone who's already been through it, to guide you. But in Ghana, it's very hard to find such people to guide you and take you through it, right? So I had to learn through tears, right? Through tears, through the struggle, with scars, right? But then what does not kill you makes you stronger. So I thank God for it. And most people think that, or this lady thought that, with the with the waste that that is free. The waste is not free. You have to buy it. There are people who have made it their job to go out, collect the waste, bag it up, and then find a factory like ours and sell it. So people bring their waste, we will scale it, we will pay them for it, so that they are also able to feed their families. And as a second order consequences, Ghana is cleaner, as a result. So I cannot stress that enough. It's capital intensive. I would say you need minimum $70K to $100K dollars. You need that to be able to establish, unless you decided to start just with pelletizing, meaning you just melt the plastic and then you sell it on to another factory and they will make the end product. But if you want to make end to end, yeah, you're gonna spend, right? And I will say that if you are coming, let's say you are in the diaspora, you're in America, you are in the UK, if you want to get into plastic recycling factory, you should have a job or another income that is fetching you money, so that it doesn't put stress on you. You can just handle your basic lifestyle. You can handle your rent, just your upkeep, everything, and then you can have a bit of money also to save to push into that direction. So I would advise you, for example, my mother always said, I quite remember my mother saying, before I started plastic recycling factory, because I didn't know China now meton, right? My mother said that, and in a way she had a point. I should have listened. So what I'm saying is, I'm not, one second. Another thing, what people don't tell you about plastic recycling factory, especially when it comes to the running of it, is that it's very costly when it comes to your energy cost. That one is crazy energy cost. It's crazy, right? That's just the reality, and because of that, there's a lot of people who are basically not, there's a lot of people who are basically, not get, they are finding some ways to not pay the accurate power they should be paying, right? When you're in the industry, you can see the frustrations on the ground, but the government must do something about energy cost when it comes to factories, because if people have to pay so like crazy amount on energy cost, I mean, what are you are forcing people to what? To be dishonest about it, to find ways and means to get it down. But if the government can do something about that, then the country wins, right? The country wins. So people don't tell you that, but that's the reality on the ground that I had to learn the hard way, right? So there's cost, employees, energy, you pay your government stuff to do EPA and the municipal and all this stuff. All these things are costs that you have to, handle. But the main thing is finding the right person to assist you, especially if you have never done it before, right? Mine had to do it through try and error, but I thank God for the lessons. I thank God for the situations, the heartache, the setbacks, the challenges, the knockdowns, the cheaters, the people who are stolen. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But this business, you should look at it more of a medium to long-term business. Don't look at it that I'm going to start it tomorrow, I'm going to be rich the following next week or the following year. You have to start, learn anything in Ghana, right? If you have something, not just plastic recycling, if you're going to do, let's say, a poultry farm, I will advise to start off small and make the assumption that you are going to pay school fees. I mean, when I say you're going to pay school fees, you're going to make some mistakes. That's going to cost you money. But then when you make mistakes and it costs you, you're going to learn something from it. And that, because you are learning, you are paying to learn, right? That's why we call it school fees. So that's why I preach that if you're going to start anything here in Ghana, start small, so that when you make mistakes, you are making the mistakes on a lower level rather than on the higher level. Would you rather make mistakes with $1,000 investment versus making a mistake on a $10,000 investment? Would you rather make a mistake on a $100,000 investment versus a $10,000 investment, right? So that's something that you have to weigh. So start small, keep your eyes opened, and learn as much as you can, and find good people to assist you. So like I said, my name is Joe. Thank you so much for watching this content. If you're coming to Ghana anytime soon, like I said, we have fantastic short stay apartments. We have one by the beach, great studio apartments overlooking. You see the first thing you see when you wake up is the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful view, beautiful view. You enjoy that nature, right? You can smell the the salt in the air is nice. And we have one in the central, more central, that's Matayiko near Kaneshin. That's like 20 minutes away from Kotoka Airport and 5 to 10 minutes to Circle Usula Boni Cantonment. So if you finding this channel of value, please hit the subscribe button so that we can grow it. Support your brother by doing that. According to the analytics, a lot of people don't subscribe, so do me that favor, hit the subscribe button. That will encourage me to make more videos for you, and hit the bell notification so that when I make a video, you'll be the first to know about it. So I really appreciate your time. Stay blessed. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, anything that I didn't go through on this video about plastic recycling, if you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll address that too. Stay blessed. Bye.